Ladies and gentlemen, best greetings to Ljubljana. Sorry for not coming, but you see we have a lot of amendments of our energy laws in Germany, like phasing out nuclear, increasing renewable energies and other laws. So please allow me to stay in Berlin. I must organize and help that these amendments are on a very good way. But I see we could make such transitions to renewable energies everywhere in the world. Therefore, I wish you good success for your conference in Ljubljana. We all look to Japan, a terrible accident. Nuclear power exploded and polluted with radioactivity. Big regions. People lost their homeland and their existence. We know that could happen, and this leads to us phase out nuclear, not only in Japan, not only in Germany, worldwide. We must overcome nuclear, and this is possible with renewable energies. It's a good occasion now to stop nuclear power all over the world. This is necessary, and we have a discussion in Germany that nuclear power should phase out. Now, since Fukushima, all parties support the decision to phase out nuclear power in the whole in Germany, very fast. But phasing out nuclear power is not alone necessary. We have other disasters in the world, what is coming from the conventional energy system. We see the disaster of warming up the Earth. The temperature is rising, and the reason is CO2 emission coming from the fossil industry, oil, natural gas and coal. We must cancel this because 2 degrees global warming is much too high, and we have to cool down the Earth. This is possible when we switch to 100% renewables within some decades. The best would be we look to a plan coming from the famous universities in California, from Stanford and from Davis, Mr. Jacobson, Mr. DeLucci. This plan shows us that an investment into a renewable energy sector of 100,000 billion US dollars is necessary. This is possible because we have enough private money on the world to make this, not public money with tax money. This would be impossible. But private money we have enough. But when we do not go to renewable energies, we would have pay for fuels, oil, natural gas, coal, uranium. And this amount in 2 decades for the whole fuel bill in the world would be double so high than the investment into renewable energies. So we can see it is cheaper to go fast to 100% renewables than to go on with the conventional energies. And this transition in the world is necessary, not only because of phasing out nuclear, not only because of protecting our climate. It is also necessary because we have a big problem in front of us. We call it peak oil, the scarcity of resources. This peak oil will lead to big economic disasters, where the finance crisis of 2008 would be a very low economic disaster. We see that the conflicts in the world will increase in fights for oil, in wars for oil and natural gas, coal, and we see that the price of the conventional energies will rise and rise. Now, at the moment, the oil price stood at 2,000. Now we see the oil price is standing at $120 per barrel nearly, and this fear a lot of people and the economy. The only switch to 100% renewables connected with energy saving is what we need in the world. And we need not only the switch to 100% renewables, we need also cleaning the atmosphere from carbon. Because at the moment we have too much carbon in the atmosphere, and therefore the global warming is going on. And we can combine it with agriculture on a natural way. The best would be organic farming, on energy sector and in food sector, in both. We must reforest, and we must fertilize the soil with humus, This makes the possibilities that we can take out carbon from the atmosphere and store it in the soil. This brings more results and more yields from agriculture area, and we can clean the atmosphere. But this does not come from alone. We see at the moment that the most profit is made in the world with the disasters of the world. A lot of companies earn a lot of money with oil instead of the fact that they pollute the Mexican Gulf with a damage of 100 billion US dollar damage. And no one of the oil consumers will pay this damage, nearly no one. And we see other damages. External cost should be included. When we include the external cost, what the nuclear power, what the oil, the natural gas and coal is causing, then we have a chance that the renewable energies are very fast competitive. And we must organize it on a political way. Support the renewables instead of supporting the conventional energies. Cancel all subsidies, what we are giving from tax money to the conventional energy systems, and support the increasing rate of renewable energies. The best way is making feed-in tariff in electricity sector. This brings the example what we have in Germany. This feed-in tariff made in 2000 by the renewable energy law, the EEG, it brought us a new industry. And we can now look, in 1998, we had only 30,000 jobs in the branch of renewable energy sector. Today, in Germany, we have nearly 400,000 jobs. It is a very good success story in increasing the economy. We have new factories for solar power, for wind power, for biogas stations. We have a lot of people who install this, and the finance industry finds a new investment sector with a lot of secure investment instead of stranded investment in the sector of the conventional energies, like in Fukushima or in other areas. We must go this way to support it. The feed-in tariff, what we need, needs some very important details. By the way, the details, you must give an allowance and a privileged grid access to all investors of renewable energies. You must make a technology differentiated feed-in tariff that is high enough that the investment could be profitable. And you must give a long enough period to secure the investment, mostly 20 years. When this is made, and do not pay it from tax money, but pay it from the electricity consumers and spread it to all electricity consumers. When you make these principles in other countries, and some other countries learned already from the nations who made it in front, like Germany, like Italy, like Spain and others. When a lot of nations in the world will follow such an example, then we have a good future. And we see already this strategy is running. The biggest country who pollutes the most in the world is on a changing way. China is now the leader in the world with renewable energies, which is a huge investment. This brings the cost down in the world. Mass production will lead to a factor that in the coming years renewable energies are much cheaper than conventional energies, and then the run will be accelerating by himself to go to renewable energies. But now at the moment we must support it on a national law level to bring all renewables to 100% in all occasions, on local level, on regional level, on national level. The best would be like Stanford plan on global level. Let's work together and let's make a good conference here in Ljubljana. I wish you the best success for this.